Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So you guys have asked for this for ages. This is a black and white week. I have cheated a little bit. Let me know if it's too much of a cheat, but let's not waste any time and let's get straight in. So I've gone around my office and picked up everything I can find that has a mildly black and white kind of theme to it. I've got a bunch of washi tapes, some notepads and some sticker books, and I've got all my stickers. Because I'm not 100% sure what I've got in here, I just want to put them sort of out so I can see them, so I know what I'm working with. So I'm just going to scatter them sort of around the place so I can kind of get an idea. Not all of them are completely black and white. Some of them have got a little bit of colour, like these cute little penguins have a little bit of colour, but I'll just avoid the ones that have colour in them, I think, maybe. Same thing with these pandas. So we'll sort of see how we go as we go along. So I think I want to put paper at the top and then I'll put washi tape at the bottom. So I'm just grabbing out this notepad from kikki.K. It's just how bold do I want to go. Righto, I'm going to use this one then. Oh, this feels all old school. So I'm going to cover that up at the top, which is going to then lead me into, oh, I probably could go that way, couldn't I? No, let's go that way instead. So I'm going to stick this down on the top and then I'll work out where the next one sits. So I'm just going to do that with some glue tape. Whenever I'm using paper, I tend to put it down and cut off the excess. I find that easier. Although I'm just looking at that and it's got some of those little knobs from the paper. So I'm just going to grab my trimmer, which I forgot was under there. And I'm just going to cut that off so that I've got a sort of a straight line to work with. And I'm just keeping it closer to the line so I've got that running through there as well. So now we'll glue it on and then we can cut off the excess. So just a ton of glue everywhere you want it. Remove any unwanted dog hairs. And then we're going to stick this down. So I'm just placing it right on the line so you can kind of still see it through there, but not a lot, so it's all right. So then we're just going to cut off the excess. So grab the trimmer back in. If we can do it in one cut, I will. Sometimes it's a little harder. It doesn't quite like working sometimes, but we'll give it a go. No, that's all right. I think I cut a little bit off the top of my page, but it's all right too. And then we'll just cut off the side with scissors. You can do it with your trimmer if you want to, but I find it unnecessary to use the trimmer for that. Here we go. And that gives me the finish I wanted, like with the extra bit across there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to try and do something a little bit trickier here, and that's I'm going to try and get these to line up. So I'm going to cut off a bit that I'm going to use and then see if I can line this up. So I will have to then cut the bottom. So this is going to be a little bit risky. Alright, so I did that the slightly long and complicated way just by sneaking up on it, but I did eventually get what I wanted, so that's all that matters. So I'm just going to glue this one on as well and then cut off the excess just the same way we did before. So when it's done, it should look something that looks a little bit like that, and it does actually line up, which I'm kind of proud of right now. It's a little bit of extra work, but it did the job. Okay, so now that we've got that on the top, I am going to put some washi on the bottom. And like I said, I've got a bunch of my black and white ones. I think I still have a couple in there somewhere, but I didn't like them as much. So I'm just trying to decide if I want to go really, really bold or if I want to go just a bit more sort of, not subdued, but just a little bit less crazy. Whoops. I think I'm just going to go with this one. So I'm just going to put them at the bottom, but I am going to leave that little bit of white space. So this is just going to run just along the line. So it has got that little gap there. We'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll cut off the excess. Looks really good. I'm kind of surprised at how the two bold prints haven't sort of overwhelmed each other, so that's a good start. So from here we're going to put in our date covers, because that's where I sort of feel like we get a bit more fluidity through it. I can get that word out. So I'm going to use these ones from Beehaven. I'm going to use the dark ones. There is a space for the number, so I'm going to use these Luscious Labels ones. I just wanted to do something really plain because I'm going to obviously do up the rest of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of these down with the numbers, just to show you though where I'm going to put them. So I'm putting them, because these are a slightly thicker sticker, I don't have to put the thicker sticker, that rhymes. I don't have to put the whiteout down underneath it. So these are just going to sit there really nicely, and I'll just keep the line down the whole side. And then I can just put these clear ones from Luscious Labels straight in there. And it will look like it's all supposed to be there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that down both sides, and I'll be right back. Okay, so all of those are now down. Obviously my bits and pieces is still here, which I'll cover up with a box or something along the way. I'm looking at what I've got in front of me, and I feel like I've got things missing. I'm going, wait a minute, that's not right. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with putting in, do I want to put the boxes in first? I have a bunch of boxes here. These ones are from Lime and Mortar. They're really old ones that I've sort of been, like, these are old paper, like back on, that's how old these are. And then I have some more Lime and Mortar. I think I might try and keep it to only one kind of box. So I'm going to use these boxes just because they've got that sort of the same paper finish. Then I've got a couple of these. These are from Carpe Diem, I think. There's just a couple of black ones in there, so I want to use those as well. But I'll put in, I don't know if this counts as a kit. I hope it doesn't. I hope this gets me out of my please don't use kits thing. We'll see. You guys let me know. Am I coming? Does it count or does it not count? I thought I had some to-do ones of those ones. Hold up. Sticker book. Sticker box. Not sticker book. I must have used them all. I thought I still had some. Oh well. Have to buy some more. So I'm going to put anything that's got sort of more places I can write on Wednesday and Thursday, because they are my days off this week. So I want to be able to have my lists and everything, which I just remembered I'll get something out in a sec. So these are going to be slightly off, as in these aren't the right height for here. So I'm just going to put them where I want them, and I'll make them sort of work in together as we go. So I'm going to put this one down on this side first. It's just going to hang a little bit underneath that one. which is fine because then when I put this one in, it can just hang over the washi tape, or I can line it up like this. I just don't want it to hang over the washi tape if there's nothing there, so I'm just going to trim that off. Not going to come up yet. Come on. Sometimes just that first bit doesn't want to come up. There's just a little bit of residue there, so I'm just giving that a bit of a rub. So you can move stickers to make them do what you want them to do. And then I'm going to put this one in on Tuesday because I do have, I'm just looking what I've got. No, this one's going to go in on Tuesday. And I think I'll keep that sort of overlapping thing going. Although do I not want to use that one because it's actually grey, not black. I'm really trying to stick to, like I know this has got some grey in it and so does this, but no, I will use greys. I feel like that's fair. I don't want to use that one anymore. I will in a minute, but not yet. I'm going to put this one with the arrows. I feel like I'm cheating here. I feel like I'm still using boxes even though I'm not using a kit. So please tell me if I am cheating. And then at the top I'm going to put this one, and then I'm going to put another sticker over the top of it afterwards, like with a quote, so that it doesn't just sort of sit there on its own. Righto. And on the other side, I'll put the chevrons on the top, and this one's going to run the other way. So these ones all sort of started on the line. These ones might do the opposite. They might start not quite on the line. Or I can cut that off and do that again. No, that's going to make it really, it'll be really jarring because it is such a, harsh isn't the right word, but such a distinctive kind of colour scheme. I think if I go, like, make it jarring, it'll look too much. So I'm just going to put that there and then cut off the bottom a bit like I did with the other. I'm just switching something up if I can get this to come up. If I can't get it to come up, I won't do it. But actually, I'm going to grab my undo and just take that sticker off because I want it on the other side. What I've realised is that I've now got 2 of those style boxes and I don't have any on the other side. So I'm just going to fix that. This is still so super scary to do. It freaks me out every time I do it, but so this is undo if you haven't seen my favourites. I think, you know, it's a bit of a pain to get the lid off, but once it's off, it's fine. So it's like an alcohol solution that helps get the sticker off. And yes, it's going to look like I'm completely ruining my page right now, but just trust me. So put it all over the sticker. I always just grab a tissue just to make sure that no more is going to drip up while I'm doing this next bit. And then you just pull him up like that. Leave them both to dry for a second because it's going to take a minute, but that'll go completely back to the way it was, and so will the sticker. So I'm just going to leave them both for a second and let them do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the page has gone back to being completely perfect. Isn't that just so clever? The sticker's still a little bit not quite there yet, but that's okay because I'm going to use another one there anyway. So I'll just put that off to the side for now and we'll add in this one instead. And it hasn't damaged any of the other stickers. Ryan was asking that while we were fast forwarding. He's saying, is that going to disturb any of the other stickers? No, it won't. As long as you don't pull them up, they won't have any problem at all. Ah, that's better. So put the chevrons on. Then we need to get our ruler again. I'm trying to keep these as straight as I can. Sometimes that undo does take a little bit of the stick off. I haven't had any problem with it, sort of, that I've had to put more sticky on it. That's just as sticky as it was 2 seconds ago. But just be aware, sometimes it might take a little bit of it off. Just seriously, grab some glue tape and stick it back down again and it'll be fine. Righto. It still looks like I've used a kit. I swear I'm trying, guys. I've pulled out a bunch of stuff from everything else. I don't know. I'll try. I've kind of become accustomed now, so I need to become unaccustomed. So I'm going to grab these two banners from Closet Planner Addict, and I'm going to put these on the bottom of, well, this one's going to go on the bottom of Monday, because that's when I've got my staff meeting up in Sydney, and I'm going to put the other one on Saturday, because that's when I've got my staff meeting in Perth. I'm going to put that one up the top, because that one's in the morning. And I can write those in afterwards. I can also now put in my flight stuff. So with that, these are the stickers that Sabine made me so very long ago, but I didn't have another plain that sort of suited, and this actually now looks like it fits. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in for the days that I'm flying. It's going to look like I'm only having 3 flights this week because I had one last week, so it'll kind of all work out. But I'll just go ahead and put these down. I'll put my flight details in a little bit later, just so I don't, again, put them all over the internet. I'm going to put in a couple of, I'll put my day off flags in first. So I'm having Wednesday and Thursday off. So I'll put them in. These ones are just from Lime and Mortar. You guys have seen these 100,000 times, but they're awesome. I have them in colours too, but it just so happened that I had these in black and white, which was nice. And then just keeping with the flag, I have some of these ones from Honeysuckle Planning. So I'm going to put these on Tuesday. I'll put one of these on Tuesday, sorry. Because I'm working from home in the afternoon. So I'm just going to put that there so that I've got that to write that in. Okay, and then I think, so I'm going to put my gym one, scale. So I don't have any black and white ones, but I do have this sort of like dark grey one. So I'll put that in there. And then I don't know exactly what day we're going to the gym, but I'm assuming it's going to be Thursday. So I'm going to put that in, and then if I need to move it, I can. I then want to grab, which I didn't grab before, just a couple of to-do ones, or bits and pieces that I kind of forgot. So I want to grab this one first that says notes, and I want to put that down on Sunday. So that's my sort of keeping track of what's going on for the week one. And I'm going to put 2 to-do ones. That one doesn't want to come up. Neither does that one apparently. There we go. It happens with even the best sticker makers, guys. You just have one that doesn't like you. Nothing wrong with them, always another one. So I'm going to put that on the top of both the one on Wednesday and Thursday. One on Thursday I'm just going to put next to that bunting. I'm going to put this one here. That's sort of my planning reminder. And then I do need to put my bee in, which I usually have no problem putting in my bee, but he's coloured, so I don't want to. So what I'm going to do instead is put this little one in with the paper clip. And because I know that's a Beehaven sticker, that's going to remind me that I need to do my PR one. Right, the bones are in. Let's decorate this up. So I'm going to grab, I don't know if I want the remember to enjoy the small stuff, or if I want to put the, no, remember to enjoy the small stuff. I actually have this awesome want to put that right there. Because I was going to put it, oh no, actually that looks better than I thought it would. I'm going to put that there. The contrast between the two different blacks there actually looks really cool. Then I'm going to put a couple of these, oh, I can't really even use the pandas because they've got pink horns. Damn! And the same thing with my penguins, they've all got yellow feet. Bugger! I'm going to use some of these, and these ones are from Closet Planner Addict as well. They're little sort of flower, what do you call these? I'm not even sure what they're called. Just to add in a little bit of extra. I'm going to take that one off at the top, so I reckon I'm going to put in February up there. Just in case you're wondering, the reason I didn't use the undo for that one is because it didn't, it was already kind of half up, so it didn't need it. just grabbed this one from Closet Planner Addict as well. I like these ones because they're just that little bit bigger, but it still sits just nicely in my sort of top bit there. So I'm not going to have as much to sort of, I guess, decorate with, which is a bit disappointing. I thought I had more black and whites. Apparently I don't. Oh! I have whole other bloody sticker books. What am I doing? There was one on one of those box sheets that I wanted to use though, so I'm just trying, there it is. I just want this arrow. I'm just going to put that at the top. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. Obviously not all of this is black and white. They've got some bits and pieces to them, but I'm going to grab this one that says Dream a Little Dream. I'm just going to put it down the bottom here. And also, I just saw it as I was shutting that up. I just want to grab this one that just says Dream. It just says Dream, if I can find where it went. I just want to put that on Tuesday because I have my last of my Dream Life workshops on Tuesday night. So I'll use that to signify that. And what else have I got? This one's got more gold in it, but I grabbed it anyway just in case. Wasn't sure if I wanted to use spots. And I didn't want to use this one at all because it had marble in it, which I was trying to avoid. It just feels like it needs something there. So I'm just going to go ahead and write in all the bits that need to be in here, so that way I can get a better idea of if I need to put anything else. Like I said though, I'm not putting my flight details in, but I'm going to put everything else in. So I've just put in, and it's not very much, but I've put in a couple of the little bits and pieces that I've had to do. I've also just moved that flight sticker just because I needed to remind myself I was actually going into work on Friday morning, which I wasn't originally doing. But, oh, I need to put in the girls in the AFLW. I forgot to do that last week, and it is starting this week, so, or it started last week. So I'm just going to go ahead really quickly and put that in as well. So I'm going to do something different. I was going to write the girls' games in. Rather than doing that, I'm going to have a little, sort of in this little box here, I want to have something that flips over. So I'm going to make it off camera because it is going to take me a little bit. And I'll come back to you in just a sec with what I've come up with. Okay, so that I think actually looks really good. It is oversized, and I did that for a reason. I wanted it to look like it was sort of on top of everything else. That'll end up sitting a lot flatter than it is now. So it's obviously folding out. And that was just a piece of paper that I folded in half and then folded. That was it. It was nothing more complicated than that. But it keeps all the information that I need, and like I said, we'll go flat. I put the sticker so it lined up with these ones as opposed to lining up with the center of this one, so that it all kept its shape. But that is it. That is my black and white week. Let me know if I cheated because I used a kit. It is a kit, but it is a kit that I've had in my collection for God knows how long and didn't use. I liked actually just going through and finding everything that fit in a colour scheme. I thought that was really fun. Something different I certainly haven't done before. But let me know what you think down below. Was I cheating? Because if I was, I might have to do this again. I actually really like the way that quote came up. I think that looks really awesome. So leave me a comment down below, or you can find me on any of my social medias. Don't forget this one will also be a blog in case you haven't read that already. I did launch that last week, but I kept it rather low key. So if you are someone that likes to read along as opposed to watching along, or maybe likes to do both, you can find my blog over on my website. You can find that in my description box down below. Other than that, I hope you guys have the absolute best week ahead. Like I said, I'm heading off to Sydney. Well, I'm already in Sydney, but I'm sort of still all over the place, but I'll be back again next week. Thank goodness for that. Travel's almost over. Have a great week, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye.